vibe. I live a vibe. I live a vibe. I live a vibe. My life of.
So, all right, let me do my little introduction thing here. We are welcomed by the father, the husband, G-Netics, podcast host, rapper. Weren't you an EMT at one point as well?
Firefighter, yeah.
Firefighter. This man does it all. Man. It's a pleasure to have you.
Nah, pleasure to be home, bro.
I hate that this is technically our first podcast because this isn't our first podcast, but this is the first one that's going to actually work, man. I wish I can remember what the technical error was then, but I know I ain't having it now.
Nah, it definitely came a long way, man. Definitely came a long way.
So let's break down the cliche root questions. Where did it all start for you? What inspired G-Netics? Let's go to the first. What was your first CD?
Yeah, so
first CD that you purchased, that you went out and you're like, I need to get this CD.
The first CD that I remember purchasing, man, was the Ja Rule CD. I'm not even sure what the name of the CD was, but it was the CD where New York was on.
Okay.
I got 100 guns, 100 clips, because I'm from New York. So for me,
I thought that was Jay-Z for some reason.
Nah. That was Ja Rule. You had Fat Joe on it, and you had G-Netics.
Okay.
And I was the biggest Fat Joe fan growing up because I'm from Manhattan, lived in the Bronx. So Terror Squad to me was everything, bro. I wanted one of the big TS chains. So that song right there checked all the marks, right? You had Ja Rule, now got me saying Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Fat Joe, and Jada, bro. Like that song and that CD, I had to have it, man. I loved it. Still love it to this day.
Random curve. The Tower 5 in Camillus where like the movie tavern is?
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at that? Every time I look at the T5 that they have on it,
it reminds you of that.
The Terror Squad. It looks like the Terror Squad logo. Next time you drive past it.
No, I'm going to.
I don't know. And nobody else ever sees it but me. I'm like, dude, nobody sees Terror Squad when you go past that? That's all I see is the Terror Squad logo.
That's crazy. I pass it all the time, too.
Yeah, next time you go with that thought in your mind. So you got the Ja Rule CD. Actually, the Baby Vinny shirt, I'm holding up a Ja Rule CD. I wonder if that's the same CD.
I wonder, and you mentioned it when you came on my show, man. You had mentioned that shirt. I still haven't seen it, man. I got to see it because that'll be able to put that stamp on it.
It's a red CD. I know that.
I will have to see it. Cause I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I don't even remember what the Ja Rule CD, but I remember it was my first CD, my first time getting the Walkman.
Where'd you get it from? Where'd you get the CD from? What store did you go to?
I think it was NYE.
Okay.
In the Palisades Mall in Nyack, New York.
Okay.
Yeah. NYE, but I know that NYE for us was kind of like what you say.
We had Media Play.
Media Play
out here in Syracuse. That was our little home away from home. So, all right, we copped the Ja Rule CD. How old are we?
Probably like 13,
14,
somewhere.
And you said we're in the Bronx at this time?
So, I'm not in the Bronx at this time. I was in the Bronx when I was coming up under Terror Squad. I was in Rockland County. Okay. So outside of the Bronx, outside of literally 30 minutes outside of New York City. Okay, so you're still right there in the mix. Still in the.
All right. Where'd you go to high school and stuff?
So it's funny, man. Like I said, I've been around, right? I call myself a New York State baby, man. I've lived all over New York State, downstate and upstate. So I actually started my high school in Rockland County. I went to Nyack High School, Spring Valley High School, and high school in Haverstraw, New York, North Rockland. Shout out all my North Rockland people out there. But then I finished out here in Syracuse because I moved to Syracuse when I was 15. So I graduated from Fowler, and I'm a Fowler Falcon.
You're a true New Yorker, man.
That's a fact.
It's funny. I saw an interview the other day. They're like, "How long do you got to live in New York City to become a New Yorker?"
Right.
But I feel like you got to really do the whole. You got to experience the whole New York to call yourself a New Yorker. It's not just the city's such a small dot.
It is. And you get that too when you talk to being from upstate New York or central New York, and you talk to someone from New York City, bro. They think Yonkers and Westchester County and stuff like that is upstate New York. They're so out of tune. New York is its own bubble.
Luckily, we got Benny's kind of putting on for the upstate culture. So. You're in the podcast realm now. I don't know. Actually, I don't want to jump too far ahead. Let's rewind. So you graduated. Where'd you graduate here in Syracuse? What school did you go to?
I graduated from Fowler.
Fowler. Yeah. My apologies. You're a fast talker, man. I was trying to keep up with that. I'm like, holy shit,
man.
Holy fuck. So Fowler, where is that?
Fowler's on the west side of Syracuse.
Okay.
Yeah, it used to be when I went. It was like this little beat down warehouse. Didn't have no windows. Like we didn't have like the football field. They were talking about building. Now when you look at it, it's called PSLA Fowler. And like it actually looks like a legit school, got great programs, and it's so shout out to Fowler, man. But they could have did that construction a little earlier, man.
So how soon in your lifetime? So you got the Ja Rule CD. This is 13. You bumping on that on the Walkman? You got that on the Walkman?
100%. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Bumping that on the Walkman. I think shortly later, I'm downloading the ringtones that didn't even have it wasn't even a full blown instrumental. It was just like it kind of was an instrumental, but it wasn't. You know what I mean?
So like the ringback tones, or like
it wasn't a ring. It was just like the ringtone, but it wasn't like an actual the way your instrumental sounds now. It wasn't like that. It was like a phone sonic sound of an instrumental. It was like the craziest thing. Like, man, it was funny. But that's going back to like Virgin Mobile days and like the Nokias and.
So when do we pick up the pen? How old are we then?
I want to say probably shortly after the Ja Rule CD, I pick up the pen. Okay. Shortly after, because I shout out to my guys, No Mercy Squad. So it basically started with my boys out in Spring Valley, New York. My boy Quincy, my boy Zach, Lucky 7, Don Life Q. So basically, they had this rap group called No Mercy Squad, and my boy Sheldon. They had this group called No Mercy Squad. Yet again, I'm bouncing from school to school. You know what I mean? So I didn't really know what I was doing, or but I met them. I see what they were doing. Had no interest in music outside of just loving the culture of music. And so they had their group, and they kind of just welcomed me in. I just wanted to be a hype man, bro. Like at this point in time, I had no aspirations of being a rapper or nothing like that. I just wanted to be in the music videos and fit in, have a little core group that I, could fit in. I'm an outsider, but they opened me up with welcome arms. Their mom was their momager, I should say. So it was like a little family core, and they just welcomed me in. So I started making music with them. Yet again, I want to say like 13, 14, we started out. And I mean like opening up for, the Coke Boys, opening up for Young Money, opening up for Brick Squad Monopoly. Like, she had us, their mom, bro, she was the real deal.
She was plugging y'all in?
Like, yeah, she had us career-minded at a very young age. And then, my boy Quincy, he was like an engineer and video guy. So everything we did was in-house. So like we just had like everything to be able to grind. And I still sucked at the time. I think I made a song called Trash Talk. It was the worst song.
Okay, what are we recording on? We doing it in this house studio? House studio?
So it started off, we went to a studio in a house.
Okay.
And then slowly progressed to them buying the equipment and us doing a house studio. And then we all learned how to engineer and make beats and stuff like that. And yeah, we were doing it ourselves. But my boy Q, he was basically doing all our engineering.
The first song G-Netics ever records. First off, has your name always been G-Netics?
Yeah, it's funny. My name's always been G-Netics, but my name at first was supposed to be Prospect.
Okay, Prospect's a good one. That's a good one.
But yet again, goes back to Terror Squad, right? The original Terror Squad, there was Fat Joe, there's Remy Ma, Cuban Link, but there was also an artist named Prospect. So once I found out that there was a Prospect already, I switched it to G-Netics.
Okay. Yeah. Now, where did G-Netics come from? What inspired that name?
So, I mean, it was pretty corny, but I basically was saying basically G-Netics is the trace inherited from the best artist to do it into one, which is me, G-Netics. And then my mom, she was a singer. She still actually sings now. Shout out to P Salt E too. She sings with P Salt E backup sometimes. And my dad used to be a singer and a drummer. I also started off playing drums in church and stuff like that. That's where my music really got from, singing in the choir and playing drums. So basically my parents did music. It was in my genes to do music. And then the trace inherited from the best to ever do it because I felt like I checked a lot of different boxes when it came to making music, like singing, rapping, doing it all, you know. So that's where I kind of got that name from and just went with it.
Okay, that's not corny at all. That was perfectly well spoken. I like that. I fucked with that. So okay, we're recording with this squad. We go to our first little home studio. I'm assuming we get the idea. You know, why are we paying hourly for something we can do ourselves? Mm-hmm. What are we recording on in the first home studio you go and record? And sub question for that: Can that music be found to this day or no?
So we're recording the first question. We're recording, I think, Pro Tools, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it ain't too shabby of a setup.
Yeah, no, like I said, my boy Don Life Q. He kind of reminds me of like Jim Jones. Because like when I think about like the Dipset era, right? I'm a music historian, hip hop historian. So when I think about like the Dipset era, right? Jim Jones to me kind of seems like he's like the one that kind of like was branching off to trying to figure things out on like engineering side, on the music video side, whereas Cameron was the one who got the deal. He was friends with Mace and kind of just like brought it to the forefront, but he was more or less, I'm the boss. This is a little bit more handed. Jim Jones to me, I feel like had to work for it a little bit more. So he's a little bit more innovative in that whole Dipset feel. That at least that's my take on it. So my boy Q kind of reminds me of the same thing. Like we were in a group, but he kind of like was the leader of the new school, you know, like he was the first one to figure out how to mix music. And then he was killing it, bro, putting the stutters in our music before that was even the thing. And like all these different things. So he was killing it with the Pro Tools. Now those first songs, are they able to be found? You can find some of them like on like, what was it? Datpiff.com,
yeah.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, okay.
Is it SoundCloud? Yeah.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, you can actually find. Now you're not gonna find like the very first one. You really gotta look, because our very first CD that we ever did had like some songs I'm not that proud of.
So from day one, you've been putting it out there to the world, though.
Oh, professionally, yeah. I always prided myself on day one being as professional as you can be for an independent artist.
Now, this isn't a very genetics-based question, but you got me thinking about I, too, was raised in the Dipset era. One of the first things I did when I had free roam of myself in New York City was go smoke a blunt on 45th and Broadway.
Okay.
But do you feel obviously, you're probably up to date with their current, I guess, relationship, we'll say the least.
Yeah,
Cameron Jones,
Let's talk culture, baby. Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah.
I like to lean in the fact that I think it's more staged than actual genuine. Because, from my perspective of it, you've seen let's just say Jones and Cameron, right? Just for the sake of the conversation, make it simple. Cameron's like went out on wax saying he's like, we never even really fucked with Jim Jones. We never even really cared about him. Like we used to just hang out at his grandma's house, kind of because she had the spot. I'm sure you've seen that shit.
Yeah. Y'all seen that video.
I find that hard to believe that Jim Jones had fucking hits. Ballin' was a fucking hit. He had hits. Jones had hits. I love Jim Jones.
Shout out to Max B.
Wave God.
So supposedly he's the ghostwriter for that, but anyway.
It might make sense why he hasn't had a hit since. But anyways, grew up, big fan of them. I feel they know a conflict is more sellable than just the story itself. A current conflict sells. I can't remember what artist it was that had a beef with 50, all right? Didn't even have a beef with 50. 50 dissed him. Said some shit, something like.
Yeah.
And the artist was like, I was going to go. I wish I could remember who the artist was exactly. The artist was like, I was going to go back at him. He's like, and then I didn't. And he's like, and then the next time I saw 50, he's like, I sent you the alley-oop.
I'm not going to lie, bro. I want to say that I think that was like Rotemi, the dude that was actually in the Power show with him, because I know Rotemi was doing, like, he actually has his own music career now. He does like Afro beats. And I want to say it was him that said that, but I could be mistaken. I know exactly what you're talking about, though.
But I take that and I kind of run with it just because I know what the...
It is drama. So Mano, you seen the beef with Mano and 50 Cent?
Right now where he's like, y'all don't pay rent?
Right. Yeah. And he's going to buy the podcast and all that stuff. But Mano, what did Mano do, right?
Went and paid him right away.
Right.
Which... I don't, you know what I don't like about all that? I don't like that Dave's in the mix of all that. Because Dave East is so fucking good, in my opinion. I got to meet him a few months ago.
Really?
Yeah, he pops up to Veda Leaf all the time in Syracuse and does like pop-ups.
Bro,
there.
do you know that
that's the only dispensary in Syracuse I promote.
I did armed security at fucking Veda Leaf, bro.
Okay, yeah. They've done like 3 or 4 Dave East events since, and they do a couple other things where they just have like big names come walk through.
They're dope. My boy Jared, I don't know if you know my boy Jared there. He does like the security, and he got a little media program with the dude, his artist Jay Nova.
Okay, no, I can't.
Yeah, shout out Jay Nova. He's actually going to be on the next interview that I drop. But,
okay, cool. We got to bridge this all together. I know Zach G be doing stuff with them.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I hit him up too. See if we can get Jay Nova on the pod, man.
Please,
he's a dope artist, man.
Yeah, fuck yeah. So. Okay, let's get back into G-Netics. We're recording. First songs are out. Bam. So, let me think where we're at right now. We're recording songs. We're putting them out. Where's this group at now today that you were working with?
Where they at now?
Yeah, they still working? They still out here doing an individual thing? Or what's the deal with them? Don't mean to throw any shade.
So, no. Those are my brothers for life, man. So, they actually... they still make music here and there, but my boy Q, he's more, he's working on his professional life. He got the family. I'm not going to throw all what he does out there too much, but great father. He got his beautiful daughters, his beautiful wife. They're doing that. His brother, that actually was brother dynamics, Q and Lucky 7. So his brother's just grinding, working. I know I talk to them still. I probably want to have them on the pod, but they're still doing their thing. Everybody kind of separated, man. It's funny though. And rest in peace. I want to shout out my boy Michael Vandross. He was rocking with us too, and it's actually Luther Vandross's nephew.
Okay.
Yeah. He unfortunately he moved to I want to say North or South Carolina and was shot. So he died a few years back, but man, we had New York is such a made up, even the outskirts, man. It's such, the people in the industry are just like out there, you know what I mean? Like either you know them, you know their relatives or something like that. It's just an interesting place, man. That's why I love downstate, But yeah, they're still out there doing their thing. They're not grinding as much, but. They're surviving, man.
What was the first big gig you got? You said you opened up for Coke Boys, Young Money.
Yeah.
What was the first one?
That's a good question, man. We done so much that it's kind of like all a blur now.
I know that feeling. So
I'm not really sure because we literally when I say like we were knocking them out, it was within a short span of time. So we were knocking out the. I remember Brick Squad Monopoly. We did that in Queens. I think the artist was Frenchie. I think it might have been Waka Flocka's artist because Brick Squad Monopoly, if I'm not mistaken, was like split up. It was Waka Flocka and then it was Gucci Man.
Yeah.
They had 2 branches. So I think it was like Waka Flocka's
Brick Squad
portion. Yeah, okay. Yeah. But they were like heavy in Queens, New York. I remember that and posing with the dude and he had his Brick Squad Monopoly chain on and I had my little fake chain on thinking I'm so I'm looking at the pictures now like oh god, but like back in the day, man, you couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was that guy. They probably were looking at me too like look at this guy. But yeah, man. And Jay Mills, I remember that was one of the first big ones too.
I remember Jay Mills.
Yeah, we opened up for
Money,
Jay
right?
Mills. Yep, Young Money. Yep. That was one of the big ones, man, and we got on that stage and thought we killed it. But yet again, when you look back to it, I'm like, I don't know if I killed it or not.
So now we jump forward. We're moving to upstate. All right, what brings you here? What brings you to upstate?
So literally, the cost of living, bro. It's funny, right? I was at my cousin's house. Shout out my cousin Barry. I was at his house in the Bronx because I'm living in Haverstraw at the time. So I'm always at my cousin's house in the Bronx, always there. So I'm there for the weekend, and my mom calls me, and she's like, "Come downstairs." So my cousin, I think he's on like the 12th floor. So we go to the terrace. It's like a porch and a high rise, And I look down and I see this. My mom had an old school station wagon at the time, and when I say like everything was on this station wagon from like, I could see the inside of it all full and like stuff on top of it. And she's like, come on, we're leaving. I'm like, we're leaving. And she's like, yeah, we're moving to Syracuse. So bro, my heart was so broke. Like I did not want to leave. Like I'm so downstate. My heart is like I love it so much, man. And I'm like, what? I'm begging, I'm crying. Like, nah, let me stay here with my cousin. Let me stay in the Bronx, you know. But long story short, we end up moving to Syracuse. Really, man, I was living with my mom. Shout out my dad. You know, my dad was always there, but he wasn't in the immediate picture. You know what I mean? So, single mom, 5 kids. So she did the best she could, but it was expensive, bro.
Got that many siblings?
I got a lot of siblings, bro. Okay. It's 5 of us on my mom's side, and maybe like 4 or 5 of us on my dad's side. I ain't gonna break down the numbers exactly, but it's a good amount of us. I'm the oldest on both sides.
Okay.
But yeah, so we drove from the Bronx, and Haverstraw all the way to Syracuse. End up staying with our cousins until we end up getting on our feet. I still had that music hustle, that music mentality. So I end up meeting Unique, because I'm recording at Raleigh all the time now, right? Okay. This is so we're just fast forwarding a little bit.
So this is upstate Raleigh where you're recording?
Syracuse, New York, yeah. On the north side. Yep, on the north side, South Crouse.
Okay.
It was so, and this is what I definitely wanted to talk to you about. Like I love it, man, the history. So I was blessed enough, right, to be a part of like watching the end of the beginning of the Syracuse hip hop phase, then being in my era of the Syracuse hip hop phase, which kind of like rolled into this new era that we're in now. So I kind of like watched 3 different eras of hip hop, but like Raleigh was like the Subcat Studios,
okay,
and the Infinite Clip Studios before those were a thing. Okay. It was Raleigh Studio. That's where everybody went. J5, Zilla, Unique.
It's funny. I was just talking to somebody about Infinite Clips who used to record at Red Brick.
Oh, Red Brick's always been a staple. Shout out Sal. I'm not gonna leave him out. I just wasn't recording there at first.
And he's like, yeah, I've never heard of Infinite Clips.
Yeah, because it's kind of been segregated too. There's a whole nother side of like Red Brick. I didn't know about Red Brick until Unique put me on the Red Brick. You know what I mean?
Who's Unique? Have I met Unique?
Unique Beats?
I don't believe I've met Unique.
Really?
Yeah.
So he was my producer. So once I came out here and I'm kind of like branching off from No Mercy Squad and kind of forming myself as an individual, I basically partnered up with Unique Beats. Shout out Unique Beats, Chantel Reed on Facebook.
I know Chantel Reed.
Yeah, okay. That's Unique Beats. Yeah, okay. yeah.
I know that.
And
name.
He's actually he produced Cabin Fever for Wiz Khalifa. So so that was my producer. And I met him at Raleigh Studios when I was a wee lad coming up. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So Raleigh, you're recording there. When do we find out about Infinite?
So I mean, it was kind of, I followed. I went to Infinite because of Nate, Dynasty Beats. Okay. So Dino, I basically met him at J5 Studio. J5 had a studio.
J5.
Yeah. J5 had his studio. Him and Cream the General.
I don't know how you didn't hear about fucking Junior until our episode with Junie.
After we had that conversation, it started to click.
I forgot he switched his name 6 times.
I've heard the name because of this dude I used to work with at Taco Bell back in the day. This is my first job, so I'm probably like 15, 16 at the time. But he put me on because Dutch Beats.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The whole Dutch Beats crew. But yet again, I was around. They to me, they were kind of still like phasing out.
So I was coming in and they're phased out as well.
Yeah. They were phasing out. So I'm not too familiar with them, but I mean, you got a problem with my man, you got a problem with me, respectfully.
It's unfortunate to even call their thing the phasing out because they were just starting to get known.
Yeah, yo, and this is what it does. It's Syracuse, bro. No offense, but it is Syracuse. We're a city, bro, where people don't do what we're doing right now. Collab and help each other. That's the only way to make it.
I feel like we get the coals burning, but we can't get the fire to stay.
Because the talent's here. Syracuse has the talent.
So much fucking talent here. Like a sickening amount of talent.
But it's too much ego, bro. It's too much ego in this little city, and we gotta cut it out. We gotta stop it. We gotta work together. And that's the only way. That's why cities like Atlanta or, you know what I mean, and Chicago, like these places blew up because one person got into position and put people on. like we got to do that. No offense to like Just Mike, like you were saying. Like
from my perspective, though, I don't think there's any lack of putting people on. I think there's a lack of support. I think, and that's where the ego issue is. I don't think the ego is amongst the artists. I think the ego is amongst the consumer.
See, I guess we'll have to agree to disagree on that one, right? Because here's the thing. People in general, just understanding the consumer, right? They're only going to support what they see is already is that. Like, if you just came out right now and was like, yo, I got this podcast, I got this idea, 9 out of 10 times, people are going to sit there and fucking write you off, right?
I mean, I'm still in that era.
Right, because they want to see something tangible. People only want to be a part of something that's something. But at me as a creator, right? My perception of things is different. So when you sit there and you present something to me, I can look at your vision and see what it is. I don't need to see the full picture. I could get excited from the vision because I'm also a creator. You know what I mean? And then two, we really do have who have we had in the past 5 to 10 years? And we've had people that got signed musically. Who have we had that came back and brought somebody with them?
Like came and scooped somebody up?
Came and scooped somebody up.
No one. I mean, even the people who are like the biggest names culturally from Syracuse, we got, what's his name? Rakai? Isn't that his name? The streamer kid?
Is he from Syracuse?
Yeah, he's from Syracuse.
Get the fuck out of here.
He just did a meet and greet at Ambition Upstate.
So I seen some content creators were coming up and they were doing some content with him. I didn't know this dude was from Syracuse.
Yeah, he's from Syracuse.
Really?
Kai Snat came and scooped him from Syracuse. It's definitely him. I don't know if I'm saying his name correctly.
No. I know what you're talking about, right? I seen him here. I didn't know that.
And then even like Tootsie or whatever his name is. I don't think they've actually came and picked anybody up.
Right.
But so this is where I also defend, I'm going to play devil's advocate on their end is it's fucking so hard to even get an artist out there.
It is.
Like who did Polo G get from Syracuse?
Yeah, he did get some the dude from the South, Scory or something like that.
Scory.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound like rude or dismiss on Scory, but I don't think Scory has brought in Polo G really much revenue.
Yeah.
I ain't never seen anybody with a Scory shirt.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely going to get a lot of flack for that. Yeah, you're going to get they're going to come for you in the comment section about that. But
I mean, send me a pic in that. All due respect.
See, the thing with Scory, right, is he resonates with the younger generation, this new wave of music, right? No offense, but I call it the viral trend music. You know what I mean? Like it's not like,
what I don't understand is why Polo G would sign somebody who sounds so much like him. It's like you already capture that sound. Why would you?
Because that's what they want in the industry.
But I think it will oversaturate too fast.
No, it will, but they don't care, bro.
And I don't want to sound like I'm throwing any shade.
It's no shade. We're talking hip hop, man. Yeah. But it is what it is, right? But and we do sound like two old uncles right now.
Dude,
but
I feel like I'm Joe Budden right now. Do you know your 360? Are you signed? Are you?
You sound like Ebro, man.
Yeah, fuck. I don't know what I'm talking about, dude. I'm super unsuccessful.
But no, like look at rest in peace to the up and coming artist. I think his name was like Remy 2 Times. He was from Syracuse, bro. Dope. But he had that same sound. You know what I mean? Like that sound is what's relevant right now. And he would when I first, cause I unfortunately I came on his music late, just like I come to on many artists.
Few for myself too.
Great music, and even Scory, right? Scory does kind of sound like Polo G, but when you think about a songwriting perspective, I do appreciate his pen game. The pen game is there, bro.
I guess I haven't followed it. I'm just using it as a variable because he's from Syracuse. I have this thing where I try to not follow anything that's popular due to, I can't remember who said it. It's like, I don't want to be influenced.
Right. No, and if you watch any of my interviews, you will see me telling people all day, I'm out of the loop because I create a loop. You know what I mean? So I'm out of the loop. You know how it is, man. Like I just don't be.
I like that phrase.
Yeah. Like so I'm out of the loop. But I also don't mind someone putting me on and discovering it that way. That's great. I'm just not looking. I'm too busy.
So let's jump to a little. You know what I would love to talk about? The quick shout out that you put me on to? Fucking Opus clips, dude. I bet you Opus clip's gonna clip this.
Yo, shout out the Opus clip, man.
It's. I've been looking for a software like that since I started the podcast, because I used to spend hours sitting there chopping it up, trying to make my own things. And can I make more spot on ones? Yeah. But then I think about the content that I digest from all these podcasts and how they're not even like probably the best clip from the episode.
Right.
Are some of them good clips? Yeah. But they're always just a clip, just some random clip from it. It's like almost like even just the reaction. It's not even what happens.
Yeah, I like so much the way it clips and how it grades it. I'm not sold on obviously like all of it, you know, and obviously sometimes it doesn't really let you edit but I'm not gonna lie, I gotta stop cheating myself. Do you use the desktop or?
I've used both. I got another tip I wanted to hit you with.
Yeah.
You know you can't copy and paste when you're doing your phone?
Right, but you could do a desktop.
No, you screenshot it, and then you can copy and paste from the screenshot. You have an iPhone? You can copy and paast the screenshot.
Yo, bro, you just put me on. Yeah. Okay.
Just a quick time saver. I'm like, fucking, I don't.
No, I need that.
Because if you're, I started, because of Opus Clips, I was able to, for the first time in my career, do a 30-day post streak. Where I posted something every day on every platform for 30 days straight.
You got the content to do it, bro.
Because I do have the content, and it was significant. It has helped a lot to where it's like it's always now pages getting buzzed. But what I
yes,
what I want to say about that is it takes to even you got the footage already. All right, you got your short. Uploading it to every single platform, and I'm sure there's a faster way to do this and a way to queue it up, but I haven't gotten there yet, and I'm a little bit lazy to do the trial and error. But that's about a 45-minute process in itself. Just uploading one video to every single... And this was before I learned the fucking the screenshot copy and paste. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That saves 45 seconds,
So I'm about to put you on real quick. If you go on the desktop version, you can actually publish it all to all your pages. Now, the only thing is, though, you can't, I don't know if you go in and act like me, I go in and I edit my clips. Like, I'll put music in the background.
Some I do.
But if you don't want to do all of that, like if you don't care about that, you just want the full clip, you can actually just hit the publish button. You can set the time that you want to.
I've thought about doing it and sitting down with that because I did see that they have that for like the direct to YouTube. I didn't know they had it for, I should have assumed they had it to other accounts.
I got mine hooked up to my TikTok. My Spotify, is that me? That's probably me.
Turn right onto Ash Lane.
My fault. I had to find my man's address here.
Doxed us.
But yeah, man. Sit there. Matter of fact, this just reminded me too. I did want to go live, so it's perfect time to do it now.
Pop on.
But yeah, man. Opus clip. I actually put because I see Nate, Mr. I Got Time Today.
Okay.
I see him all the time at the gym. This dude's a fucking bodybuilder, man. But. Yeah, I see him all the time in the gym, and I actually put him onto it too. I put him onto it, man. I don't know if he's using it or not, but he's definitely killing it, man. My fault. Let me put my volume down here. This is how you know this is a real podcast interview.
I don't know if Big Nate will ever admit it, but I technically named that podcast.
Did you?
He was on the I Got Time Today shit before it was ever like a sit down format podcast, and me and him were. And this is why I hate Ian sometimes. Ian calls us up. He's like, yo, I need guests for this podcast. They're interviewing people at the one studio place that used to be the DJ place.
Yeah.
They were doing interviews there, I guess. He's like, yeah, they want to do interviews. You should pull up. I'm like, all right, I'll pull up there. It's me, Big Nate, Cage, and what's her name? Something Princess.
Princess Heat.
Princess Heat.
Yeah.
It's us four. And we were just invited there to be apparently the podcast studio. We were just there to observe the podcast.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, this is a fucking waste of my fucking time. We ended up having a really cool conversation with a gentleman. I don't even remember his credentials, but they were impressive. Not to dismiss him. I'm a fucking idiot. Anyways, leaving that. One day I was like, hey, if you ever have a podcast, you should call it I Got Time Today.
Really?
And I saw the little bulb in his head light up. I just wonder if he'll ever actually be like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm a little fucking cunt for my credit.
No.
It's the only thing I got in this world.
See, but that's how I feel with like going back to how I mentioned of me being around the different phases of Syracuse hip hop, right? Because I've talked to so many different people from each one of the phases, mainly the later phases in Syracuse hip hop, who's not really in tune with the beginning, right? And they sit there and say things like, yeah, I was the first to do this, or I was the first to do that. And I'm sitting back like, I let them say things, but I'm like, not really. You know what I mean? Like, for instance, like the first person that I personally know, and yet again, there's going to be someone who came a time before me that's actually going to say, no, not really. But like the first person I knew that like really was throwing shows out here that united the city was Unique Beats with Upstate Heat. That showcase was at Funkin' Waffles downtown location. And now don't get it twisted, Funkin' Waffles was really like that showcase, but the first person for us as hip hop artists to throw a hip hop venue and put hip hop artists in a platform, because they were really only having like rock bands and stuff like that out here that had the platform. So Funkin' Waffles opened a door for us, and then Unique Beats did a series called Upstate Heat, bro. And it was the craziest time ever, man. Everybody that was making music at this time all was on this showcase. Everybody was in the audience. The city turned out, bro. And it was like the dopest time. But like, you know, obviously fast forward, some people would think that maybe what's my boy's name? Her name's the Red Poet, my homie Stacy. It's T.Y. the Gift's wife.
Okay.
You know, some people though in a later series would think she might have been, because she also opened that platform. Right now, I think she's still doing like poetry night and open mics. But if you came in the later process of it, you would know Stacy from doing it because she shut it down, you know, but you wouldn't know Unique did it yet. Just like I probably wouldn't know there was somebody else who came before then, or like even the podcast world, right? Some people might think that Nate was the first one to do the podcast.
I'm the fucking first podcaster from Syracuse. Fuck out of here. Fuck all of y'all, dude. First podcast, best podcast.
But when it comes to the podcast, right? I sit there and I say, this is what
I don't know anybody before me. No, I'm just kidding. I do know people before me.
So here's my take, right? I'll give my unbiased opinion and you can chime in. I think Bella Via was the first person.
Before me, yeah.
Was the first person to do podcasts. Then I'm not sure when you start. When did you start?
Definitely after them. I know that for a fact. And if we're really breaking down the podcast world, my buddy who rented this house out before me used to do a conspiracy podcast out of here.
Okay, see, and then I had a podcast called Sunday's Beast, where I was renting
Billionaires.
Yeah, renting Billionaire spot. But you know, a lot of people don't. But that, you know what I mean. And then I know when it comes to
we're all in such a little fucking radar that it's like I don't even know. There could be a dude doing a podcast right fucking next door, pushing it out to 400 or 500 people just like I am, and it's just not hitting my radar.
And that's the beauty of it. Like, I would love to see like the podcast creators, right? The people in this realm, like us figure out something to do like a Sammy's version of like podcasting or something.
It would
be
even cool just to have like a timeline made, a chart with like a timeline of like, okay, in February 19th, 2020.
Yeah, the history of it.
The history of Syracuse podcast.
But I'm not gonna lie, right? Here's my take though, right? I don't care who was the first and who was the last, right? This is my take is you, to me, were the first one to really brand your podcast and like make this shit a vibe, bro. Like Mr. Vibe. You know what I mean? Like you branded it, you pushed it, and been the most consistent. You were the most consistent podcaster.
I'll take that.
In the city, period, right? Nate, Mr. I Got Time Today, the first person to, and I don't know, you
captured that live shit.
That live shit, but also that viral moment. Like he really had that viral moment in his podcast when he interviewed the guy that got beat up at that show. I think it was downtown.
I didn't even catch that one.
Yeah, so he went like real viral with it, and then he started doing the artist interview showcase style.
He's
thing.
also
Oh my
consistent.
subcat.
He's fucking consistent. He does. A lot of people don't realize it, and he does the fucking work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
And he understands the algorithm.
Yeah.
So when I'm personally thinking, and yet again, I'm pretty sure because I'm
bust chops.
I'm out the loop. But when I give like top 3 people for me who really like put the city on map with this podcast shit, it would be one, Bellavia. Shout out Bellavia, because he was going crazy. He had the whole studio. And he gave me a platform, so I got to show him love for that.
Oh, for sure.
You and Mr. I Got Time Today, my guy Nate. Like, you guys, like the 3 pillars of this podcast shit.
I don't really know anybody else doing actual. There's like the Code Orange is kind of.
Yeah, they're coming.
There's something.
They're coming.
They don't
out
show
here.
me no fucking love, dude. I've had a few people try to like whisper in their ear too.
Yeah,
like just a little Vinny Freeman. You know what about him? They don't. I be tagging them and shit. They don't show no fucking
because
love.
it's all a popularity shit, right? It's not.
I'm fucking popular.
No, you are
motherfuckers.
But this is the thing. They don't know, bro. Like, and this is what I'm sitting there like, and that's why like I didn't, bro. I'm not gonna hold you, right? I didn't know until I know. Like, I was fucking with you.
A lot of people got to see it.
Real.
They got to see it. You know, you got to see it first time. I fucking pulled to these motherfucking shows. Anyways, I'm not
right.
The reason I backtrack on artist ego, I have one of the biggest artist egos in the fucking game, and that's the reason I won't say it's the artist ego why the shows are dead, because I go to shows. I go to fucking 92% of shows I'm invited to, I fucking go to. But the consumer has this ego where they don't want to see their high school friend doing something they couldn't believe is real.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's where it's the consumer's ego, not the artist ego. Should we show up for each other a little more? 100%.
No, we got to.
1,000,000%. We got to figure out a way. We got to have like a fucking, like a registry app for when we're booking shows that we can see before it's announced. You know, I book a show 2 months before I announce it usually.
Right.
So it's like I would like to put that out there for other people so they know not to book that date, and we're not competing with each other, and we can catch each other's shows.
Yeah.
But I mean it's such a double-edged sword. It really is.
It's always easier said than done.
It's so much easier said than done.
But that's what I told you. In 2026, you're hearing it here first. I'm gonna be starting a group chat with a select few of people that I feel like is on that high level where, for instance, you call me. Think about this, right? When you came on my podcast and me coming on your podcast, bro, we're not on take 1 or take 2. Action. Boom. So imagine that with the creators, and we're going and creating content on that high level. And that's what I think, that's what needs to be done. But it's gonna have to take somebody to sit there and be like, you know what? I don't care about having the ego. Fuck that, bro. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. And we're going to create some magic, bro. If not for us, but for the culture. We are the culture, bro. This is it.
Yeah, but then comes, it's such a, when you balance ego in the midst of this whole thing, it gets very weird, especially due to who thinks they put in the work too. You know, I've learned that as somebody who has been forced to do 90% of the work in a lot of situations.
Right.
There becomes a bitterness towards everybody else who gets the benefit off of it.
See, but I think that, so my ego is selective ego, right? My ego is handpicking, right? I'm handpicking the people that I think we won't have those issues with because of said reasons, right? I'm not going to go to this guy because he's popular. I'm going to this guy because his fucking work ethic. And he could perform at the highest level. I don't care about how fucking popular you are.
From being a show promoter, though, I've learned to do a balance of that. That, I think, gets you the best outcome. I like to book one person I know is great that can't really sell. Especially, what I've really been trying to do is fuse cities. I always want to get one person from, like, Rochester.
Smart.
I know they're not going to sell here in Syracuse.
Yeah.
But you know what I know they're going to do? Promote in Rochester.
Yeah. Smart.
Irrelevant to anybody coming to Rochester, they'll push in Rochester and things like that. And then I know that'll also help people from Syracuse see this Rochester cat and they'll be like, oh, they're dope.
Bro, Rochester, Buffalo, and this is why, another reason too, I guess I put too much hate on Syracuse. Now that you brought this perspective up, and I didn't know.
No, we should, dude. Like, I've done shows with big name acts that can sell in other cities and then can't sell shit here in Syracuse.
Yeah, but bro, if you think about it, Rochester, Syracuse, and Buffalo, right? if we all like just started working together in those 3 cities, now that's 3 cities of a fan base. Do you know downstate will have no choice but to sit there? It's kind of like a Chitlin circuit, an upstate New York Chitlin circuit, if you will. I just personally, I don't know about you, I didn't know about Rochester, New York until I moved to Rochester. I didn't realize how big Rochester's population is huge, bro.
Rochester's way more popping than us too, especially like way
more.
We were plotting on a few shows in Rochester just because we'd have a bigger room and better turnout, and that's what really.
Buffalo's bigger.
I don't know. It's such a, again, there's so many variables involved when it comes to booking these shows, to what you can sell a ticket for. That's why I'm trying to fucking get away from the whole live performance thing for a little bit while until people want it again.
Yeah, but you don't need to do live performances in 2026. Yeah, you can do in-house perform. That
fucking is depressing.
The in-studio performances?
Yeah, that shit is depressing.
Bro, but it's content. Yeah. We're in the era now of content.
I fucking hate it. I hate it. I don't love that this digital beast we have to continue to feed and break down, and but I love it at the same time too. It's such a double-edged yin yang to where it's like I love the fact that we can push everything. We could get so much to so many people.
Shout out to my guy Piff Ave too. He's in the chat. So
shout out Piff Ave.
Shout out Piff.
But there's just so many fucking. I don't even know where to go with it.
No, you know, but it's going to force us to be more creative, right? Like I'll talk to you about some ideas off air. I ain't going to announce it online, but like for instance, I'll say one thing online because this is just like doing a live performance up at like the college or something like that, and outside perform like how those guys be like they take that little portable. Like to me, that's dope. I mean, it is oversaturated after a while.
Yeah, but there's a dude who blew up doing the Walmart freestyles. I wish I could remember this fucking shit. When you go into Walmart with the JBL and just start fucking.
Bro, look at Pat Poose right now. Pat Poose is about to release, I think, a project from the car freestyles that he did.
Really?
Just from riding around in his car. Now, matter of fact, he was at the show at Westcott. He does the car freestyles now too, like driving Uber and rapping.
Oh, fucking Locksmith.
Yeah, Locksmith be doing that shit.
I respect it, but I also be fucking pissed if my Uber started freestyling. Dude. Come on, dude.
You're like, yo, bro, I gotta go.
Because I would also feel like they were trying to like. I'm like, nah, dude, I can't right now. I can't.
Nah, but 2026, I'm like, yo, even like on the podcast thing, right? I'm gonna be getting out the studio. I'm gonna be interviewing some people in the car. I'm gonna be sitting down, like doing some food review shit with guests. Like, yo, it's just getting outside of the box, bro.
I had an idea for a concept for your show, actually.
Let's go. What we got?
It's called More or Less.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's many ways you can go about it. With you just saying, like, you can either do a food review thing. I just thought of this right now. Either you do a food review. Would you have more or would you have less of this? You know what I'm saying? Or you can do it like kind of like how Drink Champs do it, where it's like, you want to talk more about this or you want to talk less about this?
You know what? You just gave me a segment, bro. We running with it.
The more or less.
That's fire. That's fire. Yeah.
You want to tell me more? You want to tell me less?
That's fire. Yeah. Yeah, my boy got the first too. The first. Shout out my guy Silver Globe for Printed Up.
Silver Globe.
Yeah, he got his clothing line as well. Mason Lemire. Shout out Silver Globe with that. And I also show the camera as well. I'm wearing my It's Always Now official merch.
How you like the long tees? Isn't it? Yeah?
Nah, man, it's dope, man. It's dope, especially for me because I'm so like tall and slinky. So like the shirt fits me perfectly, man. Like it's dope. The hats, the socks. Yo, Vinny, bro, is on his shit, man. I'm not gonna hold you, man.
There's one thing I loved about when I came up with just and I didn't even come up with it. It's Always Now phrase. My boy Josh did. One day I was stressing before a show, and he looked at me and he's like, "Dude, it don't matter what's gonna happen then if you're good or not. All that matters is right now. You can only live for now. You can only live in now. I mean, all that you can do is what you can do right now."
Yeah.
And that's what inspired it. Then it happened to be the 12 letters. And I was like, fuck. It can be anything. You know what I'm saying? That can be a clothing line, show title, the whole nines. So what's are you planning on let me think of a better question. My apologies. Forgive me. I'm gonna cut this. I'm cutting this. First performances, were those like those big names your first real actual live gigs, or were you doing like any like open mics or anything prior to that?
So we were doing open mics. So like I said, this is going back to No Mercy Squad. When I say that their mom like had us locked in, she was setting up these open mics that we were booking, and then they also had their own radio show in Nyack, New York, called the NMS Youthology Hour. And it had a stage. So we would like interview. Matter of fact, it's crazy. Maybe this is where the whole podcast thing comes from. Because even back then, what we were doing was on, I think it was cable TV, bro. We were like interviewing artists. And then after the interview, they would do like live performances. And then same thing, I would be on there. I'd be like a guest because I was traveling back and forth. I was still in Syracuse, but I would go out there. They'd be like, yo, we got a show, or hey, we need you on the Youthology Hour. So I would take a bus ride up there, go help interview or be interviewed or whatever the case was. And then we would perform at the thing. So really it was No Mercy Squad that molded me to be able to, one, realize that I had a talent, and then two, get me the reps that I needed to be able to do it. And then by the time I linked up with Unique, I was already kind of polished. Okay,
so now fast forward, we're linked up with Unique. Mm-hmm. We're recording at, what was the studio called again? The
Rollick.
Yeah, Rollick. Yeah. How long till that closes down? Because I'm assuming it's not still.
Nah, they're down now.
So those close down. You go to Infinite after that.
Yeah, I went to Infinite after that. Well, no, I went to whatever J5 studio was after that one, because that's when I met Dino, and it might have been in where Rollick was. Not gonna lie, but whatever. And then so basically, ever since Rollick, I started following Dino to every single studio this guy's been at. I'm not gonna hold you. You hear first in this podcast. I never feel like I get the love that I should get from Dino, bro, because like. When I say that, when this dude first started mixing, and he knows me, like I said, bro, since probably like 15, and he'll tell you the story, me and my best friend, rest in peace, DA, where he met us and my boy DA pulled out a machete out his pants pocket, because that's just how it was wild back in the day. So, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, oh shit. Like, yeah, like we really, like, I really like Dino, bro. I was locked in with him since day one. As soon as I heard his talent, I followed this dude every studio he's been to, bro, before he even blew up to the Dino that he is now. You know what I mean?
I actually, he ended up reaching out to me at one point. And it was, I wish I could remember how I recorded it. I know I recorded a demo at Infinite Clips at one point. I had a meeting with Johnny. That was, I didn't really like how that went. I ended up walking away from that situation. When did you, so you said you followed Dynasty, he went from Infinite to, how long were you at, how many times you recorded at Infinite, you think?
Bro, too many times.
Really?
Yeah. I was a studio rat.
Okay.
So I wouldn't, if I had money to eat or money for studio time, bro, I'm choosing studio. Like, that's the dedication that I have with this music shit. Like, I lived at the studio. Any chance that I got, I was in that studio, bro.
Where's the catalog? Where's the whole catalog at?
So here's the thing, right? And this is kind of where I fell off with my guy Unique at the time, and I love Unique, but bro, we would be in the studio, and Unique's one of those guys, bro, where he would like, because you would think, damn, bro, this guy got access to the studio, and he has a producer, right? I don't got to go on fucking YouTube or SoundClick or whatever to go buy no beats. I got a producer. But he was so stingy with his beats. Like, he would be selling beats and I get my beats last. Like, so we got, bro, when I say that my catalog is extensive, but my catalog is like an unreleased catalog, it's crazy. I have like thousands of songs that's not released.
You have access to them at least?
Oh, I got all of them.
All of them?
I got all of them.
What's the plan?
If I wanted to put them out right now, yeah, I got all of them. Wow. Every single song, and I want to say thousands of songs.
What are we waiting on?
Bro, I don't know. I kind of was, here's where it went bad for me, right? So after the No Mercy Squad thing and we released my mixtapes are still on that Piff and stuff like that. And my earlier music videos with No Mercy Squad still out there on YouTube and shit. You can find all that out there, right? But once I stopped working with Unique, and me and Unique only released a couple. Now we recorded a bunch of songs and did a bunch of shows where our music was out there, but we never released it for whatever reason, right? I'm not going to go back into that. But then once we had our falling out, because I was kind of getting a little frustrated, and then that's when I met Lucho with BMG, right? So I remember I'm looking at Lucho and BMG, and they're basically, when BMG was coming up, they were watching us, right? We were RTE, Roundtable Entertainment. So they were watching us and learning from us and coming around us. But Lucho was always a spender, right? I was like, damn, bro, this dude got the budget. He's willing to, he's willing to put the bag in there. You know, me and Unique, I had the production, but like that to me was like the piece that was missing. I've always been the guy, like yet again, that could do the selective ego shit and see the bigger picture, right? So I sat me, Lucho, and Unique down at a table. So by
selective ego, do you mean like knowing whose position is their position and not taking lead in that position type thing?
Not even that, bro. I can put my shit to the side. Like some people will be like, I'm too big to work with this person, or this person's not on my level. I could probably feel the same way, right? I could probably be like, I'm a way better artist than this guy is, or I'm a way better songwriter than this guy is, but this guy got something to offer. Let's work together and we could fill the pieces. My ego's selective. I can turn that shit on and off when I need to. When I need to be in my bag, I'll be in my bag, right? But because I earn that shit. But why? When the bigger picture to me is all of us winning.
My beef with this is my beef with people's beef with ego. I don't ever want to, I don't like the phrase humble. I don't ever want to humble everybody. You know what the definition of humbling yourself means? Thinking lesser of oneself. Fuck all that. I'll respect another man the same way he respects me.
Right.
But I will never lesser myself for any room.
Yeah.
Any room. And that's where I think people think I have a bit of an ego. When it's not the case, I just know what my worth is. And I think that gets distorted to where I've never thought I was better than any person. And I think there's a big difference between ego and narcissism, and I think people see them as the same, and they're not. They're not. Because I see G-Netics as you do have a big ego. You are a talented, amazing person, and I think you know that of yourself. You know what I'm saying? I think you know when you step in a room what your presence holds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what ego is. And I've never, and that's where I know you sincerely have what you define as selective ego, because I know you've never. It's just always been genuine, and I just respect that. And I don't mean to interrupt, and I don't even know where I was going with that one, but
but that's where it's at. So back to the story, right? So I sat them down. We're in a Mexican restaurant on the north side.
Okay,
and bro, and this is crazy. And yet again, shout out Unique, but like this story right here, I'm breaking this shit. No one really knows like the history of like what happened with G-Netics, RTE, unless you were there. And this might bring up some old feelings, but it's my truth, right? So anyway, we got a good thing going on. We got the, me and Unique, we're like brothers. We're there every day. And Unique really like, he stepped in kind of like on that real big brother vibe. So I always give him respect, and I'll never disrespect him for that reason, right? Because I was that poor kid coming up, and Unique did not have to fuck with me. People were actually giving Unique beats slack and like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Why are you going with this guy, right? He's not the flyest, or he's not this, or look at those sneakers he's wearing. Like, and he still was like, nah, fuck that. This is my artist. This is my boy. I'm rocking with him. So I always give him respect for that. But anyway, we're sitting at this restaurant. I see the bigger picture, right? And I'm like, yo, RTE and BMG need to link together, right? There's even a song that we put out called RTM BMG. That's that new wave, where me, Young O, we had this little house party and we shot the video. It still might be on YouTube. I'm not sure. But anyway, so that was the thing, right? RTE, BMG, we were supposed to connect. We're supposed to vibe. We figured it out at that lunch meeting, and boom, all of a sudden, shit went left. Unique's like, nah, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like we we're RTE. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and rightfully so. Don't get it twisted. We were RTE. We really did. Like, our run was crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you kind of had to be there because, like I said, the tangible things are not out there like that. But if you were there, you know. If you was at the shows, you know. But that kind of, like, to me, right, being the loyal person that I am, and sometimes I'm too loyal, that's my downfall. I'm like, the fuck, bro? Like, we just had this meeting, and we just said that this was going to happen, and this was supposed to happen. And this guy got this asset that can help bring my career here. You got this asset that could bring my career here. If I fucking go backwards, we're back to here, right? I'm not releasing the music. I'm not releasing music videos. I'm not doing this. And you know how it is being a young, ambitious artist. You're like, fuck that. I want to go.
So many times I've been wrapped in other people's lifestyle and life, and it's where it's like we're trying to move forward, and now we're hustling backwards because
yeah. So I basically fucking kind of like was like, fuck it. I'm still working with BMG. I never said fuck RTE. I never said I'm done working with RTE, but I basically said fuck that. I'm about to start working with Lucho because he's on this go mode. He's willing to invest the money, and we were all on the same page. Bro, next thing I know, I'm getting fucking a Facebook Live video with Unique basically like talking mad shit about me, going crazy, and like half of fucking Syracuse going in. Like all these people that I thought was my friends that I met through him now just turned their fucking backs on me, made me feel like a piece of shit, was talking, bro, like clowning me, bro. Fucking clowning me. Yo, bro, it was the most hurtful shit. The most hurtful fucking shit that I had to fucking see. I'm looking at all these people. I'm like, damn, bro, y'all don't even know the situation. And then two, from him, I'm like, bro, you my big brother, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't disrespect you. But we had a plan. And I get where he was coming from too. He kind of was hurt because he's like, yo, I invested all my time in this artist. I did this, and now you're trying to do all this when it's supposed to be us. But, you know, I wanted to go with the bigger picture. We could be bigger together. Unity would get us there faster than being separate. I don't care who's on what level or whatever. Let's get them situated and let's go. And then from there, I kind of stopped working with RTE at that point. And I started working with Lucho and BMG. So moral of the story, I had to throw away all that music that I recorded, all those years of content and music, because he produced them. Fast forward now, though, y'all are that's my brother. That's my brother. Yet again, I can see, like, now at this point, I can see both perspectives. Like, you know, why he would be hurt. Yet again, little bro, seemed like I'm siding with another team, the outsider, you know. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like if I would have kept working with Unique with the production, eventually we would have gotten where I needed to be, because the music that me and Unique make together, bro, is out of there. It's polished music. There's nothing like having a producer that creates the sound of your. Yeah, that's how you know what I mean. That's how you get a really good sound. You know. Yeah. Have you guys considered, just firing up something fresh? Yo, he definitely been trying. A lot of people have been trying to get me back out there. You're one of my favorite rappers around here, dude. No, I mean that sincerely. Like, yo, my guy FB was telling me the same. Like, he gave me a perspective I never seen. Right, I don't see the perspective that everybody else has. I just have my perspective. But FB gave me the perspective. Like, yo, you're the first one. Like, I seen that. Like, really, like, was coming up with like the budget and like had the cars and like did this. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I didn't see that perspective. You are right. Like, to from the outside looking in, it did look bigger than, but I would love to, at this point, I would love to get back out there, and fire something back up. I think you drop a 3-song EP in 2026, you'd pick up like you never left. Honestly, bro, I'm not going to hold you. I genuinely think that if I was to drop some music right now, I would pick up like I never left. I think you'd pick up like you never left. My music, I think, will probably be bigger. It might be. Than it, only because I've grown so much and understand the game even more now. And I would love to hear what the G-Netics I know today, what you're rapping about. You know what I'm saying? It would be back to making music. That's what I do, right? I've always considered myself a songwriter. So the G-Netics to me today would make music for emotion And like, I try to make timeless shit.
Do you ever find yourself, how not even the quality of it, does the content of your old music ever make you cringe?
Hell yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with me? It's
Hell yeah, bro.
And I'm sure as a father and shit, you look back on it, you're like, fuck, man, what the fuck am I even talking about?
Yo, well, I got 2 sons, and you was around my oldest, so you kind of seen the dynamic there a little bit. Bro, he sitting there like, and my youngest, because my youngest seen me as like the older stage of my life, and he's like, Dad, like what? And I'm like, yeah, even though he was in the studio, both my kids were in my studio, but all of my music videos, every single music video that I personally did since living in Syracuse, believe it or not, all had family members in it. That was like a part of my legacy that I thought was the dopest. Any single music video you seen was literally had family in it.
Your videos are top fucking notch. Top notch.
Yeah, man.
Top notch.
I would love to get another record with you, man.
We do need to make something.
Yeah. I would love to get a record with you.
Definitely do. Fuck, man. So who's on your radar? So let's say you got an endless supply. The label gives you whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Who would you have featured on your next big project? Who's somebody you would love to collaborate with?
Definitely Bad Bunny.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny, dude. I love your answers. I would if I was just like rotating who I thought it would be.
Not with me, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, because like I said, I'm a lover of the culture in general. You know what I mean? And when it comes to like making a song and a big body project, bro, first Bad Bunny would be out. The versatility in his music is crazy. His reach is crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm also Panamanian, so you know what I mean? I've always had that love for reggaeton music.
I feel like you two would make a track that is like very just digestible for everybody.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I feel like you're a perfect blend into American culture to where you got diversity. Yeah, that would be fucking sick. Who else?
Definitely Drake.
Drake? Okay.
Yeah, definitely Drake, because yet again, I'm leaning more into like that harmonic.
Something for the radio.
Yeah. Where you could basically just like let it all out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let it all out. Drake, Bad Bunny. Shit. For one record, bro, that probably, you know what I mean? And then I probably would go, honestly, local and probably have like either like my guy Piff or my boy Memo, who's a Cuban artist. Bro, dope. We had just.
I think I met Memo.
Yeah. We did the song No Clout, bro, and like to me, he's like one of the dopest Spanish rappers out there. Piff and him had a group called Shot Boys.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're dope, but yeah, man, I think I would do it like that. Bad Bunny and Drake. They already had a classic together. Mia.
Can't say I know the title.
Mia, I'm a slaughter the thing.
I actually don't know any.
I said you Piff. Don't worry. But yeah.
I've heard a few verses and stuff here and there just through the zeitgeist. But again, I get such weird. Who's in your top 5? Who do you fuck with like the most?
Now top 5. Are we gonna say hip hop?
Yeah, let's
keep it hip. I'm super hip hop, bro.
Let's keep it hip hop because that's a great thing to put anytime anybody asks me my favorite thing. I'm like, I don't have a favorite. I'll give you top 5, and I also need a subgenre.
Yeah,
because otherwise we can go for days. But
exactly. Yeah,
top 5 hip hop.
So let's keep it hip hop, right? My top 5. I'm definitely gonna have to put Jadakiss.
Okay.
Somewhere. So I can't give you the specific order. I'm gonna just give you 5 in general. Yeah. So Jadakiss definitely there because I've never heard a whack Jadakiss verse. Lil Wayne, I'm definitely gonna have to put. Lil Wayne had the classic run.
You fucking can't go without Wayne.
They're gonna kill me, but I'm definitely picking Big over Pac on this one, just because of I'm so New York with it, and his reach, man, his swag. I love Big, bro.
I would struggle with that debate, the Big and Pac debate.
A lot of people would, and I understand why. But if you're from New York, you know why.
And if we're talking like music, like who has more like a song like your mom would listen to?
Yeah.
My mom would listen to more Biggie than she would Pac, you know?
Yeah. He was more commercial.
Yeah.
Pac was more bars and poetry, and Pac is the better rapper. Let's be clear.
That's where he would land in my better rapper. But if we're talking song maker, Biggie makes a lot better songs. Like the song itself is.
Yeah, so I got Kiss, Wayne, Big. I need two more here. See, for me, mine's is gonna be a little bit biased, bro. I'm definitely gonna have to say Pun.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Pun because just that Bronx love, and like, bro, his run would have been crazy.
Met Chris Rivers a bunch of times.
You met Chris Rivers? Yo, yeah. I was right. I was supposed to collab with him during COVID. He was only going to charge you like $700 for a collab, but I don't know why we didn't end up doing it. Yeah. I just didn't end up doing it.
Met him a handful of times through like the team backpack shit.
Really, yeah. Bro? Chris Rivers is dope, bro. Yeah, I'm so mad that the whole Terror Squad thing is not.
For the listeners who don't know, Chris Rivers is Pun's son.
Yeah,
he don't really claim it. He likes to try to keep his own.
Yeah, because of the beef with his mom and Fat Joe. You know what I mean? They was in the shelter system and stuff like that, and they said Fat Joe stole money from him. But I'm not gonna get in there. Everybody got their stories and stuff like that, so I don't know the family dynamic. But so I said what? I said Kiss. I said Wayne. I said Big Pun. Last one. Who would I give that last spot to, man? For the sake of the show, man, I'm gonna go Vinny Vintage, bro.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Shut the fuck up, dude. My raps are corny as fuck. Now you're lying, dude. Nothing here is even credible at this point.
Yeah, right. Stop lying, bro. Stop lying. Dope artist, bro. Look him up. Like,
no more new wave. So when you say, it's funny, you say Wayne, I have like a metric of, and I use this a lot of times with comedy movies, where it's like, this was the funniest movie ever at its time. Like, you know what I'm saying? When Step Brothers came out, there was no movie funnier than fucking Step Brothers. Were there movies funnier prior to Step Brothers? Yes, but at that time, nothing was funnier.
Yeah.
And then so on and so forth. So I feel like Wayne was the greatest of all time at one point. Who do you think is sitting with the crown right now? Because I Wayne,
the greatest of all time now.
No, it's not even the greatest of all time. Who's king right now? The greatest of all time phrase doesn't work because time's continuous and it's weird. To where Wayne was one of the greatest. Wayne held the crown, undoubtedly at one point.
Right.
Undoubtedly, Lil Wayne had the crown at one point.
Yeah.
Who has the crown now?
Shit. That's a good question, bro.
Bad Bunny held it for a minute. If we're doing like a King of the Throne type, King of the Hill, kind of King of the Hill, everybody's yanking each other down.
If you're talking overall, I mean Drake, bro.
You think Drake still got it?
No, Drake still got. I mean, when we talking numbers, when we're talking consistency, like the full package, bro. Drake has it, bro.
It's a little past due, but where'd you land on the whole? You pick a side? Were you with
Drake and Kendrick?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, Drake.
You're Drake? I'm Kendrick.
Yo,
dude.
bro, nah, hell
I'm K-Dot, dude. I'm
K-Dot, bro.
I'm K-Dot.
I can't stand the way he raps.
If we're talking digestible, so it's funny. This is very big in Pac.
Uh-huh.
I would argue that.
Okay.
Kendrick is the Pac. Drake's the Big.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. As far as songs and
Drake has 100 songs that you can play in the background and just digest.
Yeah.
You can just play. You can consume. It's good for you. You like it. You understand it. Kendrick, I think, even loses his own fucking message. I'm a diehard Kendrick fan.
I just don't get his bars.
I'm Team Cole, actually, if I had to pick. So I went Team Cole, and I dropped out of the race as soon as Cole dropped out.
Yeah, I like Cole, but
Cole's better than all of them.
Nah, he's not better than Drake. Cut it out. But I don't like
better musician. No, better rapper. Yes.
You think he's a better rapper than Drake?
Yeah,
bro.
Way better rapper
I think that Drake's been at the top for so long that he just gets so much slack, man. It's like LeBron James. Like he's been King James for so long that people just hate him because he's great. What is a better song by J. Cole than Drake?
Bar for bar.
Bar for bar, what song is better from J. Cole
their song together?
Which one?
The fucking Bigger Than the Super Bowl shit. With J. Cole and Drake?
You think that J. Cole out-rapped Drake?
1,000,000%. Every time. And I think he's just, okay, and then brings in my other factor of what defines what makes J. Cole better. Mm-hmm. His downward pyramid. Jid, Boss, Earth Gang. Who the fuck's Drake giving us? Who the fuck is on OVO? Name one OVO artist.
What do you mean? Popcorn, bro. See, Drake is on some international thing, and then Drake gives the cosign. See, I'm gonna be biased, bro, because I said,
opinion.
Drake,
you can be as biased
Drake,
as you are.
Drake is the great. But I'm gonna give you that social media viral opus clip content right here, bro. Drake is better than Kendrick Lamar. Drake is better than J. Cole. Drake is better than what's the other guy that tried to get in there? Big Sean. Drake is better than all three of them. The only person that's better than Drake is Kanye West.
Interesting. Now, okay, that's you're really making that one clippable. Holy fuck! So would I take dude? Okay, I'm picking out features like it's a whorehouse where I got them lined up in front of me, and I'm like, I'm picking Kanye over. Honestly, any of them too,
right?
To work with, and it's crazy because you gotta. He's gonna fucking make you a hit.
He's gonna make you, bro.
He's not a better rapper than any of them.
No, he's not. But he doesn't try.
No,
this is the thing, bro.
Isn't that weird? That's what's so weird about this fucking game. It's like, what are we even talking about here? Who I'd want to make a song with more? Yes. Who's gonna out rap anybody in that circle?
Right.
J. Cole, in my opinion.
No. When it comes to out rapping and rapping, yes. Okay. I'm not gonna say Drake is the better rapper out of all of them, but I when it comes to songwriter and impacts and all those different elements, who's gonna be played in the car, who's gonna be played in the club, who's charting, who's more consistent. I'm sorry, the rappers, the J. Coles, the Kendricks, the Big Seans, they are not consistent. They're not.
No. None of them with like the level of like just cultural impact that like Kanye would have. Anything he does has such a fucking
bro. Kanye West remixed that Backstreet Boys. Everybody, yeah. Motherfucker said one in the paint, one in the stink. Like just the dumbest shit. But I will play that song 25 times, bro, because of the production. The Kanye West is just known for being funny. You know what I mean? And you could tell he doesn't take it serious, but the song is still a banger, bro.
And then when it goes to like I would have rather seen Kendrick up against a different artist than Drake.
I think that would have been, yeah.
I think that it was, obviously very driven by, I mean, the like, I'm sure you being a Drake fan know the lure behind why they said they sicked Kendrick after Drake.
No.
They were fucking sick of paying him.
Oh, he was up for the new record deal too.
Yeah, they were sick of fucking paying him. So what they had to do is make his numbers fucking.
Yeah. No,
and the only way to do that is to make Kendrick look better. And
bro,
I grew up. It's such a fucking. I watched the development of Kendrick Lamar, and just was in awe the whole time. Do I think he fucking kind of ran past the finish line for me? Yeah, I think he's fucking kind of lost it a little bit to where Cole, the Might Delete Later mixtape was amazing. His jab at Kendrick was fucking great, was well deserved because from my perspective, we got the best. We did the song that him and that J. Cole and Drake did, where he even says, who's the top, we're the three greatest.
Yeah.
Who's the best of us three? Then Kendrick kind of just went at Drake, really. Didn't even really have anything to say to J. Cole. J. Cole, I think in the spirit of everything, then he dropped his diss to Kendrick, which was fucking great. Did you ever hear that? The delete later that he deleted?
No. You know what? I got to go back and listen. No, I did not.
J. Cole's shit was fucking...
Yeah.
He bodied Kendrick. I think in that fight...
Yeah, because I was watching late. I came in late. I came in like when like Drake and Kendrick started going track for track. But I got a question for you.
Okay.
Who's better, J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar?
J. Cole.
I agree.
J. Cole, all fucking day.
I agree.
In any category.
I think that J. Cole can rap.
If we're talking statistics, rapping, he can make beats. Kendrick can't make no fucking beats. Not that I know of. Sorry, Kendrick. If you're like, you don't talk about my beats. Anyways, his underlink pyramid, JID is one of the fucking. JID's fucking better than Drake in my book.
See, I don't know, bro. I don't think that nobody right now is fucking with Drake, man.
I think JID's better than Kendrick.
I don't like Kendrick, so I
you know
think
J.I.D. though, right? Jid?
Yeah, I know J.I.D. But I don't think
crazy. He's crazy.
I don't think that. See, I think Kendrick had a few good tracks. Like I like Swimming Pool.
Bitch, don't kill my vibes. A fucking
the earlier Kendrick to me, I liked.
That's what I'm saying. He missed it. He overran his.
But like the newer shit, I just feel like he's just throwing words together.
I mean, he's as a day one Kendrick fan, he's fucking. Oh, I've always caught him on that. I've always called him out on like there's no continuity in what the fuck you're saying.
Like the shit doesn't. Sometimes it don't make sense. I'm like, yo, I'm sitting in the car with my girl. I'm like, yo, what the fuck did you say?
I think he's trying to make me feel dumb. And I know I know how to fucking. I can look up the definitions of the words you said, try to put them in a sentence, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'll always say Drake's a better musician than Kendrick. Makes way better music.
And he has the rapper producer feel. He got 40, bro. That's the biggest. He has the biggest cheat.
And let's be real. It's like, all right, whose after party you going to? You going to Drake's after party, or you going to Kendrick Lamar's after party?
But that's what I think. But yet again, I don't like I'm not the biggest West Coast music fan too. I know Kendrick is probably bigger in the West because the West Coast sound.
Took me a while to even decipher the difference between coast to coast and like sectional, like, you know, these are Detroit drums and shit like that. It took me
I like that.
So
I like that new Detroit. The way they be rapping, like the
what did I just get onto? New Jersey fucking there's this rapper name is Doove, Doove. What the fuck is it? New Jersey trap. It's almost like club music with
the kind of like what Lil Uzi did for that one song. Like it's like that he
did try to hit that. But somebody who actually does it right. And that's funny too, the different sectors of cities that do certain sounds and how they perfect it. I was watching a video of Russ talk about how
Russ is dope.
That's the fucking an artist to look up to.
Russ is dope.
He belongs on a Rushmore, but I get why he gets forgot.
Yeah.
You know, I think fucking Russ is a better rapper than fucking Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, because he's more, yet again, the music is more digestible to me.
More digestible. And again, and Kendrick tries to seem clever, where it's like, no, I don't even think you're being fucking clever.
See, I just don't like, bro, you can't be an arrogant nerd. And that's what I get. Kendrick's music to me is like a nerd who just like thinks that he's cool. Like, they're not like us, like, put this guy on a platform and it's like, bro, I don't want to listen to you talk tough. I want to listen to you make like the conscious music, which that's dope. I love it. Liquor pool full of swimming pool full of liquor.
I like a conscious Kendrick more than a gangster Kendrick.
Yeah, and that shit is so dope.
So, but that's where I like J. Cole the most when he's talking shit. Mm-hmm. He's a very good conscious rapper, but I like him more. See, but I've always found you to be, I would define you as a relatively conscious rapper. Everything you say has continuity, is digestible.
See, and I've always gotten, and that's I think too, that's where I, because like, even though I was outside a little bit, I've always, like, I wasn't outside like that, but I was. So like, even like me trying to rap like that gangster shit, it never really came off like, because that's what people want to hear, but it wasn't like that's what I wanted to make. You know what I mean?
I was watching a pod the other day that reminded me of just how somebody would define somebody like me or you. Like, I'm outside, but I want to go home.
Right, yeah, exactly. Right.
I'm outside, I fuck around, but I want to go home too.
I always say, I had to be outside. Like, but the chance that, like, the second that I was able to move, like, to the suburbs, bro, I was gone.
I hopped off the porch, but I let you know I'm coming. I want to come back on the porch sometime too.
Yeah, man.
Fucking... So, okay, I respect that. We're talking top 5. We got the top 5. You know who's in my top 5 that I never meet anybody who puts them in their top 5, and I think they need to be in there? My boy Kevin Gates.
Kevin Gates, okay.
Gates.
Top 5 though?
Top 5.
Really?
Actually, my favorite rapper.
Real favorite rapper?
If I'm held down and you're fucking giving me a wet willy and say, who's your favorite rapper? I'm fucking... I've made that decision one day. I made the decision one day that I'm going to, like, you know what? That's going to be my answer to that question. Like, it's like a goddamn, was it like a security password? Like, it's Kevin Gates. And I'm a big fan of authenticity.
Yeah. And there's no replicating that guy.
Yeah, have you seen the dude who does the Kevin Gates lookalike?
Hilarious,
dude. That shit is
hilarious. All right, I guess there was some
that shit is funny as fuck, dude. Funny.
People like, yes, Lord, I wanna.
Yeah. He's like, see, when you drive away, it's gonna download into your chakras. And you gonna feel it on the drive home. That shit is crazy.
Kevin Gates is the most. If we were like top 5 like rapper personalities, like he would definitely like it would be like him, Bootsy, Tekashi 6ix9ine. Like, I'm
glad you brought up 6ix9ine. I wanted to talk to you about 6ix9ine. We'll chop this up soon because we're getting a little. I know.
Yeah, we out there.
Fuck. What's your opinion on Tekashi 6ix9ine? Where do you stand on him right now?
Bro, I love Tekashi. I've been a fan of Tekashi 6ix9ine since he came out. I love Tekashi 6ix9ine. I think he's a great entertainer. He's funny. He's a great troll.
He's back and better than ever, in my opinion.
Bro, yeah, man. I mean, he's about to do that little prison stint. But yeah, bro. If half of you guys was in his shoes, y'all would snitch too. Cut it out.
I had more beef with him when he fucked over Steve Will Do It.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah. Who was just trying to
get you some bread. Yeah, all you gotta do is 2 million to stream fucking every 2 weeks. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Tekashi. But it seems like they've settled their issues now.
Because you could tell, like, Tekashi really is a good guy, but he has his moments. You know what I mean?
He's one of the most entertaining in the game.
Bro, he's been since day one. Since day one. To sit there and go on Instagram with rainbow hair, be some Mexican kid from Brooklyn, and call out these killers in Chicago. Bro, it was
that was he had the crown.
Right.
He had the fucking crown at one point.
We didn't think that he's some tough guy. We didn't think that if he somehow went to Chicago and was in front of these guys that he would no. But it was entertaining. He was the first of the fuck the streets.
I would trade Tekashi for Tory though. I would trade Tekashi for Tory any day.
Tekashi for Tory?
Yeah.
Really? Damn.
Tory Lanez, dude, we need my man Tory free.
Yeah, no, we need Tory. I
love Tory Lanez.
Tory is the honestly, you want to talk about top 5, Tory should be in some bro, singing and rapping.
Yeah, there's categories, you know what I'm saying? Like there's something Tory, I became a Tory fan during his beef with Joyner Lucas.
Tory is better than Drake.
Yeah.
I will say he don't got the catalog that Drake got, but
I like his songs.
He is a better artist, singing, rapping, way better because he can actually sing.
Tiny
Drake
man.
Can't sing.
The little guy.
He's an auto-tune singer. Yeah, he's tiny, bro.
I love Tory Lanez. I fucking when he bodied because when it went into the beef with him and Joyner, I was Team Joyner. I'm like, Joyner Lucas is gonna body you. He's the backpack rat pack fucking.
He got fucking demolished, bro.
Like made me one of the few people.
Don Q.
He was one of the few people who I'm like, you know what? I don't think I'm even a fan anymore. I literally like low key.
He made him seem like he didn't know how to rap. He rapped circles around them.
Circles, sir. And I love Joyner. Joyner was so good, such a talented artist.
Did Tory Lanez shoot Meg?
Do I think Tory shot
guilty?
Meg?
Yeah. Did he shoot her?
I don't know. I think this is all a ruse set up by. I mean, I'm a conspiracy guy. This is a ruse set up by fucking
Illuminati and shit.
By Jay-Z. Because he wouldn't fucking sign him. Then he gets poked fucking 17 times in jail. You don't get
that. No,
that's okay. Tory Lanez has money, so people are going to take care of him there,
bro. Okay? And he was paying for people's lawyers with them projects that he was dropping in jail.
So people are taking care of him there. The only way you're getting to him was some real cheddar.
Yeah.
And who's got that real cheddar? I don't know. Would you go to a fucking? Yeah, you got to go to the Jay-Z party though. Would you have gone to a Diddy party?
Fuck no. Fuck Diddy.
Prior to even no knowledge.
Fuck Diddy. Fuck him. Hell nah, bro. Hell nah. Fuck Diddy, bro.
I always wonder.
He's where he deserves to be.
I want to know what, because I'm a big Machine Gun Kelly kid.
Okay.
And he came up on Bad Boy.
Bro, they all was in them Diddy parties. Diddy is the black Jeffrey Epstein, bro. They were all in the parties, bro.
In Diddy's defense, I don't think he was fucking with children.
Yes, he was.
Oh, he was?
The fuck out. Bro, he dated his son's girlfriend. Lori Harvey was dating Diddy's son, and then he dated his... Diddy don't discriminate, bro. That dude is a gross...
Don't discriminate.
Disgusting...
I guess I never took children as discrimination.
Yeah. Well,
I do hate kids, so I guess... I guess it is a little... I do...
No, bro. There's no doubt in my mind that and I don't think that like he was like the kids were maybe as young as like Epstein, but. And my comparison with Epstein is not the whole children shit. It's just like the whole recording and blackmailing of celebrities and keeping records and shit. Yeah,
the fucking dirtiness.
Yeah, just fucking being a fucked up person, bro. But they're all weird, drugging people and fuck that.
I think I don't know. I've only gone to a few like rapper parties in my career, and that's probably just because I'm not fucking invited. Whatever, you guys.
they don't. Yeah, I better invite my boy to the cookout, man.
Come on. No. All right, let's wrap this. We've been going for like an hour and a half. I didn't even realize it because we were getting in the mix. But thank you, everybody. Where can people find you? What are they looking up for?
Yeah, right now you guys can find me at Let's Connect Podcast. That's LESCONNECT Podcast. Y'all know how to spell that on all platforms. And yeah, man, we're going to be dropping new content. Hopefully 2026, I'll get some more content with you and some other good, talented people. And maybe we'll get in the studio and knock out another record, man.
I want one of those unique beats. I want to hear one of them.
Let's go. But yeah. So that's what we doing, man. The Let's Connect Podcast. And that's what we got going on.
Fuck yeah.
All right, man.